So we already knew that it's pretty easy to go destroy things in the city of Seattle if you set your mind to it. And you also know that there probably won't be many consequences for doing so as long as you're like on the left, right? As long as your graffiti is targeting people on the right, they're going to be just fine with it. But what I didn't know is that volunteering to clean up graffiti would be made so darn hard by the government. This segment is brought to you in partnership with our friends at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Make sure you sign up for their newsletter to be alerted to opportunities to do that. So let's just start with a reset here. Of course, the federal building in downtown Seattle. This is my video from what, 2 weekends ago? I think 2 weeks ago, of all the destruction outside that building. Like, I mean, penis drawings, F-ice, ACAB, all cops are bastards, like all Gestapo, all measure of violent words, curse words, like I said, phallic artwork. I mean, just absolutely ridiculous. And this had been going on for several nights, not to mention all the Lime scooters and Lime bikes that they threw about trying to block the building and all of that stuff. So it was trashed, absolutely, utterly trashed. And then there's another protest, and then people are outside. And then I was down there the other day, and it was all still there. And not just on the windows out front of the federal building, but all around the building. The whole block, every entrance, every exit, on the brick, on the concrete, on the sidewalks, on the windows. Days and days and days go by. And it's still there. And it never should have been allowed to happen in the first place. I mean, these rioters were allowed to take over these buildings, to block entrances and exits with no punishments really whatsoever. But don't you think, I mean, there's a beautiful hotel kitty corner from here. There's great restaurants. When I was down there covering the riotous behavior, there were tourists walking around asking me what's going on. So this is the heart of the city. Don't you think everyone would be a little bit more eager to clean it up? If not for that reason, that the fact that, you know, this is the heart of the city, we've got tourists coming and going, people walk by here on their way to the stadium, all of those reasons, but also it's like the broken windows theory. Kind of makes it easier for the militants to come back and keep vandalizing the building. It's already vandalized anyway. What's one more? What's one more can of spray paint? Days go by, nothing happens. So Andrea Suarez and her team at We Heart Seattle decide they were on their way. They, of course, do these volunteer litter pickups of homeless encampments that the city of Seattle just allows to fester. So they were on their way to a cleanup, and they decided that they were going to stop with their graffiti removal team and pitch in.
Down here on our day off, treating this brick with some solvent that's safe for the brick. And we're down here with some We Heart Seattle volunteers. I don't know where Mark is, but it's early and I'm on my way to my litter pick. But you think we're going to be able to get a lot of this done today?
Yep.
Is it safe for old brick?
Yep. Yeah. This is what the city uses.
And they do this all the time. Because when they volunteer to go out and clean up these parks, etc., they often have to also spend an awful lot of time removing graffiti. So they have what the city uses to remove graffiti to make sure that it's not harmful or erosive to the brick. And of course the windows, you know, wiping those off. So only the government would do this. And I don't even think I can blame the city of Seattle well, I can blame them for the fact that this was allowed to happen in the first place. But our friend Jonathan Cho's down there, and he's covering Andrea Suarez and her team deciding to step in and like, hey, we're going to beautify the city. We're going to help out federal agents. I mean, there's all this stuff, F-ice, like killing cops, all this. We want this gone. This is the right thing to do. And it's Jonathan Cho is there reporting on it. The federal government comes in and tells Andrea to stop.
Lenient, permissive, do nothing, hands off leadership. It's just harms all of us.
We about to knock this shit out, bro. When you love something, you don't tear it up. Go do this shit somewhere else, man. You know what I mean?
Yay! This makes me so happy.
Shit, I love Seattle. I'm from Seattle. I'm pretty sure a lot of these people from Antifa probably are not even from the city.
You're here to defend the city.
Yes, you damn right. With everything I got.
We just do what we do. We clean up the city. And Billy and Derek are seasoned graffiti abatement crew that we sometimes call on. And It's already been treated?
The city doesn't want to work with the federal because it's the federal system. The federal doesn't like the city, but the citizens are the ones that pay for it, not the politicians. The politicians are at home asleep, right?
And
Yeah, this is
we've
crazy.
been reported.
So you're telling me right now, you let Antifa vandalize a federal building, but you won't let a citizen clean it up? That doesn't make any sense.
The feds, or whoever these security people are, coming out and blocking us, and they don't do anything about the militants. We then got approached by the security guard again, and I was handed a phone that had a federal officer on the line, and he ordered me to stop doing what I was doing because that it was a historic building. I then said, well, what about all the graffiti and the curse words and the damages and the broken windows? And he said, you know, I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm ordering you to stop.
Oh my, only the government. Now look, I'm trying to put my reasonable cap on. Historic building, are these people cleaning it in the way that it needs to be cleaned? You've had like 2 weeks to clean it. The city of Seattle has had weeks to say, hey, this building, it might be a federal building, but it's sitting in our city in a high traffic area with all these curse words and slurs and all of these like death to police officers. So we're going to step in. We're going to work with the feds to get a crew in here to clean this place up. They all had time to do it. And they didn't do it. You're telling me it's worse for the federal building? For experienced graffiti removal individuals with the right equipment to come there and clean it up than it is to let it all sit there and soak in? Only the government. Only the government. God, it's easy to, vandalize things. Very hard to clean it up, apparently. Even if you have people who are willing to step up and do it for free. So I don't know. Maybe you tell me. Maybe Andrea Suarez and We Heart Seattle should have contacted the federal building beforehand, should have let them know, here's the material we have, here's the way that we do this. This is the same thing the city of Seattle has done. We're welcome, to come in. We're hoping to come in. We'll do it for free. We'll donate all of our time. Our volunteers will do this. Maybe the federal building would have acquiesced and let them help out. But I guarantee what's going to happen now. It's the government, right? They'll remove the graffiti, but they'll do it for about 10,000 times the cost that Andrea Suarez and her team were willing to do it for. Absolutely insane. That segment is brought to you in partnership with our friends at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Make sure you sign up for their newsletter to be alerted to opportunities to do just that.